Bitcoin is seeing more and more just insane interest from big money players with two more major announcements today and another record quarter by Grayscale. But in spite of all of this buying pressure, Bitcoin has not passed $20,000 yet. I mean, seriously. What the heck is the deal with that anyway, man? Well, this strange chart pattern from earlier this year could be an indicator of what we can expect from Bitcoin over the next few weeks. And it's probably not what most of you are expecting to happen. My name is Lark, and this is where you subscribe for all of the hottest and all of the latest happening out here in the crazy markets. So let's talk about Bitcoin. Everyone's favorite orange coin has been rejected again at that all too familiar line of resistance around $19,500. Now, every time Bitcoin starts moving higher, the sellers, they come, they step in, they push us back and down. And while it feels like Bitcoin is just ready to explode over $20,000 basically at any freaking second, there is another scenario I want to discuss with you. Boring, sideways, ranging. Cool. Now, I've seen a lot of people saying, but, Lark, with all the institutional money flowing in, how come Bitcoin is not over $20,000 yet? The simple reason is selling pressure. Miners are selling here. Miners have an incredible amount of Bitcoin in their wallets, and they step in to sell every time we get close to 20K. The whales are selling. Retail is selling. This is a classic consolidation period for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has that big move up, lures in the new buyers, but it also prompts sellers to come out of hiding and start taking profits. Now, we have already seen this playing out twice this year. So we have, this big run up and crazy run up in price, and that hits a big wall of resistance. And that particularly, we saw that happen two very interesting times around $10,000 and $12,500 this year. But to keep it simple, let's just compare $10,000 and $20,000 ranges, as these are both just super important areas of resistance for Bitcoin. And you can see here, the charts look shockingly similar. Now, on top is the 10K chart. On the bottom, that's where we are right now in the market. Now, you can see just how similar the charts look, and you got to keep it real. It could be nothing but randomness, right? This may mean nothing, but if we do see a similar scenario playing out, then we could essentially see Bitcoin kind of stalling for a few weeks, just going sideways. We keep having these tests to break resistance. Those tests keep failing. We have a brief break of resistance maybe, and then we go back down under. Maybe a quick fake out, and then it just flatlines. That's kind of what we've been seeing happening. The bulls, they kind of run out of steam in this scenario. They sit on the sidelines awaiting for the next move. The bears are dead. We're not even worried about the bears anymore. But almost no one is selling except miners and a few whales. We just don't have that big push in terms of buying pressure. We have steady buying, but not a big to push us up. It's kind of the calm before the storm moment. This is the exact kind of hardcore consolidation that will give Bitcoin the perfect launch pad that it needs to smash to new insane highs, according to this chart anyway, in late January. It is worth keeping in mind that Bitcoin is also forming a big ascending triangle right now, which is a bullish breakout pattern with an implied target of $23,000. Now, if we see a strong confirmation of a breakout above the top line that you see here on the chart with some good volume to back it up, then it will invalidate my entire sideways thesis that I just laid out, unless, of course, it's fake out. But we need to see some good, strong volume backing that up. We could also come down to test the bottom line again before bouncing higher again, breaking out to $23,000 in that scenario as well. Now, it is worth pointing out here that this ascending triangle pattern is exactly what we saw back around $10,000 before Bitcoin basically just went whoosh, sideways for like 6 weeks straight. And hey, look, with all the super bullish news happening, maybe we do moon soon. I'm happy either way, personally. Accumulate more at cheaper prices or watch my investments moon. Either way is good, right? Winning, right? Just remember too that whether the breakout happens sooner or later, it's like an inevitability. We're not going to be under $20,000 forever. In fact, it's probably not going to last much longer. Days, weeks, months at a maximum, right? Oh, and of course, if we do end up hitting this kind of boring sideways ranging thesis, then altcoins are probably going to moon super hard, which would kind of fit with the whole cyclical thesis anyway. So get ready for that. It'll be very exciting. A big thank you to BlockFi for sponsoring today's episode. Now with BlockFi, you can earn a safe and easy passive income with your cryptocurrency. All you need to do is to create an account using the link down below in the description, then deposit your crypto over to BlockFi, sit back and wait and start earning that passive income. You can earn 6% a year on Bitcoin, 5.25% on Ethereum, 5% on Litecoin and gold, and up to 9.3% on stablecoins like USDT, 8.6% on USDC. You can also take out a tax-free loan using your cryptocurrency as collateral over on BlockFi. So instead of selling your Bitcoin, which you lose your Bitcoin, that's also a taxable event. Crazy to sell your Bitcoin before it moves, but if you do need cash in a flash, you can actually use your Bitcoin as collateral to get a quick cash loan. And also as a special bonus, for anyone who signs up to BlockFi by using the link down below in the description, you can also receive up to a $250 Bitcoin bonus, depending of course on how much you deposit into your interest account. So it's an awesome incentive for anyone who's keen to try out the service. Okay, now let's talk about the news. And the first bit of news is actually a public service announcement. YouTube is just absolutely overrun with scammers in the comment sections. You've probably seen it if you've been down there. Now, the new big scam is pretending to be me in the comment section, or perhaps another YouTuber that you watch. When you go to their comment section, you'll see them posting, pretending to be that YouTuber as well. So please be careful, guys. What really worries me is that I see some of you responding to the scammers with questions like, hey, I tried to call the number, but no one picked up, or hey, that sounds great. How can I invest? Please don't do this, guys. These are scammers. They're trying to take your money from you. I'm trying to keep the scammers banned, but it's a non-stop job. I ban 2 to 3 Lark copycats a day right now. The big problem is that there's zero barrier for them to be able to go and make a new YouTube account and then start scamming all over again. So it's a constant process of me having to ban these guys. So please use your common sense when you're looking down in the comment section. Here, as an example, is what it looks like, these scammer comments. So pay attention that any comments from me are highlighted, right? It'll say from the author or something like that. So it's a highlighted comment from me. The scammer is not highlighted. Also, I will never ask you to call some number or contact some magical broker for some magical trading strategy. That's a scam, guys. The only appropriate way to deal with them is as Chicken Sandwich has done here by calling them a poop sock. Well played, Chicken Sandwich. Please stay safe out there, guys. One mistake can cost you everything. So please keep your head screwed on straight, which leads me on to the next story about Mt. Gox. Now we have a big update on the story. The trustee has finally submitted a draft rehabilitation proposal to the Tokyo District Court. They did not delay the proposal submission again, as has happened so many times before, which essentially leads us one step closer to seeing 140,000 Bitcoin being released to the Mt. Gox investors. Now, assuming the court approves the proposal, then the Bitcoin, there's no more barriers. It will be free. It will be free. There's currently no timeline on how long it's going to take the court to make a decision on this proposal, or how long it will take once the decision has been made by the court to start the distribution process to the people who are waiting for that Bitcoin. But it appears that this is finally starting to happen, so expect that Bitcoin to come sooner than later. Maybe we can finally have a decent dip when the Mt. Gox sell-off begins, so looking forward to that. Next up, I have 2 more big adoption stories for you today. It's just been crazy recently with all these adoption stories. The first is an Italian bank which has launched a Bitcoin service for its clients. So it's called Banca Generale, known as the best private bank in Italy. Now, This bank is part of the Generali Group, one of the world's top 10 insurers, and it's kind of got a who's who of financial institution shareholders behind that. So some really big connections here. The bank's clients are typically high net worth individuals seeking, discrete private banking services and of course wealth management stuff. So the service, it's obviously just focused on big money investors, right? They're the ones who have all the money anyway, so they're focusing on those guys. But 2020 has definitely shown us that the high net worth class of investor and the family offices are starting to show a very big interest in Bitcoin. These banking services being launched are a response to that. We have a lot of banks that are launching similar services for the rich clients like Gazprom Bank and, the BBVA in Spain and stuff like that. So it's crazy stuff, guys. Big money is coming into Bitcoin. And the second story is that a London-based asset manager called Ruffer has announced today that they are allocating 2.5% of their investment fund into Bitcoin. Now, the firm itself actually handles about $20 billion in assets, but they're only investing a total of $15 million via their multi-strategy fund into Bitcoin. So the fund is a much smaller part of their overall portfolio, but still pretty gosh darn cool to see. The stated reason for the investment is that they said, well, it's a small but potent insurance policy against the continuing devaluation of the world's major currencies. We see this recurring theme, right? A lot of big investors are talking about the, trouble in fiat land. And they also said that Bitcoin diversifies the company's much larger investments in gold and inflation-linked bonds and act as a hedge to the monetary and market risks that we're seeing unfolding right now. So it's very interesting. We're getting to the point where basically not a day goes by without another big fund or another big company or another, billionaire or whatever announcing their Bitcoin purchase. There's kind of a mini Bitcoin mania happening, but with a very, very small class of rich people. Bitcoin does not stay under $20,000 for a very long time in that scenario, especially with these insane new numbers that just came in from Grayscale. So in Q3 of this year, Grayscale had a breakaway, just record quarter, adding 63,068 Bitcoin to their trust, while Q4 blowing the socks off of Q3. They have already added 115,236 Bitcoin in Q4, and there's still 2 weeks to go. Q4 is not over, in case you have not noticed. This is incredible demand for Bitcoin. That's all institutions, right? That's all institutions. Quite simply, this consolidation period cannot mathematically last much longer. Days, weeks, months at a maximum. Your question for today: what do you think of the theory that Bitcoin might just be kind of ranging sideways for a few weeks in a final consolidation period before breaking over 20K? Does it make sense? Or is it moon soon? Moon soon. Moon tomorrow. Moon the day after tomorrow. 20K coming soon to a town near you. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video. Long live the blockchain, and peace out till next time.